Hello kittens, Silver here with my very festive little fawn, and today I'm going to be showing you all of the plushies that I got for Christmas this year of 2025, and it will probably come as very little surprise to most of you that this is going to be an explosion of buns, so get ready. We'll try to get through these as quickly as possible, but let's begin. So firstly, this was probably one of the biggest surprises. This is neurofibromatosis bunny. This is not a condition that I have. It is a health condition. It is a genetic condition, in fact, in which tumors grow in people's nervous systems. So this is the tote bag for neurofibromatosis. And here's the back of it. Little bandaged heart. And I'll just give you a quick look at the tag here, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what these different designs mean. So it says cafe au lait spots, mainly associated with type 1, mismatched eyes for partial blindness, dotted ear pattern for tumors and hearing loss, bandaged heart for high blood pressure, and spine embroidery for scoliosis. So there's the spine embroidery here on the back. You see those little cafe au lait spots, these sort of dark, sort of coffee colored spots. And here are the dots on the inside of her ears. Super adorable bunny. I know for sure this is one that my mom picked because I remember her seeing this one and just really loving the design, just not even really kind of paying attention to what it meant. But it is a good thing to pay attention because we learn more when we come into contact with bunnies like these. I know I personally had never heard of neurofibromatosis before discovering this bunny, and she is absolutely precious. And also this is one of the bunnies that contributes directly to charity, so it gives you an extra incentive to buy this bunny just outside of its cuteness. Next up, we have the ADHD Chaos Edition bunny. Again, ADHD is not something that I suffer with, but I do know people who have this condition. I adore this design. It's, as you can see, it's a very bright fluorescent neon green, and I do know that the fur on this one is UV reactive, so if you have a black light, it will glow, which is going to be a lot of fun to play around with. So first I'll show you the tote bag. So here is the bun on the front. And you can see these little octopus bunnies, and I'll show you, he does come with a little accessory. And there is the chaos symbol on the back. It almost has sort of a nautical feel. It looks like it's kind of like on a seabed there with some seaweed. Beautiful, vibrant colors. And let's take a look at the inside of his ears. He's got a neon green and neon pink striping on the inside of those ears. Very bright pink tail, and he's got a little zipper on the back with a little heart charm. So let me just open that and show you what is inside there. And here is his little octo bunny buddy. So as you can see, it's an adorable little cross between an octopus and a bunny. You see the two little bunny ears. And really it's actually kind of like, I guess like what, a quadrupus, because it really kind of has 4 tentacles. It's more two-dimensional, but it's so cute. It's like his own little comfort plush just for him. So let me take a look at the tags. We can look at the symbolism. So chaos symbol we saw on his tummy, yes. Mismatched limb colors for that I forgot why I entered this room feeling. Bunny octopus for distracted multitasking, and hyper-focus eye. My attention is laser focused here, but trying to be there. So yeah, we have that. There's the laser focused eye there with the X across it. And then we have the one black eye. This one is so fun to squish. I don't know what it is about the filling in this one. It almost kind of reminds me of what I would imagine Flubber would feel like. If anybody remembers that movie, I'm probably dating myself with that reference. But anyway, that is the ADHD Chaos Bunny. Next up, we have the Dissociation Bunny, which has to be just one of the gnarliest designs. I think this is just one of the best designed bunnies and just really captures the condition that it's representing. Although I personally have never been in a dissociative state, but if I had to imagine what it looked like as a plush rabbit, I couldn't have done a better job than this. So as you can see, she has these really, really holographic rainbow eyes, and that detailing is also on the ends of her arms and feet. And she's got this really gorgeous embroidered clock, extremely intricate, these sort of silver foil cracks or fissures. And the black fur on her body is extremely velvety soft, as is the cream-colored fur on her face. As you can see, she's got kind of like a frizzy style ear, which I think kind of goes hand in hand with the condition. Somehow it just sort of fits the character of the bunny. I know some people aren't as big a fan of the texture of the ears, but I personally really like them. And she also has a little black tuft right here at the top of her head. So let's take a look at her tote bag quickly. There's the bunny. And then on the back we have the clock right here. And you can see the hands of the clock look kind of warped, which again kind of tie into what happens during dissociation. So let's take a look at her tag as well. It says clock belly symbol for losing time, disco ball eyes for spacing out, cracks on fur for distortion of self-image, and fuzzy ears for a feeling of disconnection and derealization. So an absolutely gorgeous one. I think this one is maybe just a tad smaller than some of the bunnies, not really noticeably so, but just an incredibly well-conceived and beautifully realized design in my opinion. Next up from the Celestial collection, we have the Full Moon Bunny, and I actually do have the Sun Bunny, which is the companion to this bunny. I don't think that I actually made that unboxing available. I got him, I think, earlier in the summer, so I have to remember to make that one public, but this is the Full Moon Bunny, and again, just such a thoughtful design. I love the direction that they took with this bunny. It kind of looks like moon cheese, you know, with the sort of the yellow and the little craters. And then on the inside of the ears, you get these sort of phases of the moon. So you get the half moon, the full moon, waning and waxing. You got this sort of royal blue night sky with some stars. And he's got a light blue crescent moon on his tummy. And the ends of his little paws are also in that same light blue fabric. So let's take a look at his tote bag. So it's a sort of monochromatic tote bag. It's black, white, and gray. His little arms are raised up to the heavens above. Then we get some more sort of moon depictions here with some stars that look kind of like pentagrams. So let's take a look at this guy's tag as well. So it says moon bun symbolism, happy little craters where they make the mochi, moon phases, how many cups of sugar, a crescent moon for love and justice. So there you have it. That is the Full Moon Bunny. He's got a little bit of a shorter pile fur than most of my other bunnies, but very, very smooth, very nice to touch. They all are. So that is the Moon Bunny. And next up we have the Echo Bunny, which is part of a new collection called the Neuroharmonic Collection, which I think is a term that Plushie Dreadfuls coined as far as I know. So these bunnies are not really tied to any particular health condition. They're just bunnies that anybody can vibe with. And this one, I have to say, blew me away in terms of softness. I think that this one may just take the crown in terms of the softest bunny that I own. I'm not sure. It's very, very difficult to make that call, but I was just completely stunned by how soft this guy is. It's hard to tell, you know, just based on static pictures and even on camera, but oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this one is just insanely soft. There's also a Joy Bunny that's part of this Neuroharmonic collection, so if she's as soft as this one, which I think she is, then I think I'm gonna have to bump her up to top priority on future purchases. But anyway, this guy, as you can see, is a bright yellowish green color. I'm actually gonna call this one Sprite, I think, which isn't really supposed to be a direct reference to the soft drink, but it does kind of fit. But he's got this star theme, so it all just sort of ties together. So he's got the stars on the inside of his ears, in this beautiful aqua color, and then you have this sort of darker teal and pale yellow for the stars on the inside. And then there's one embroidered on his little chest here. He's got some little stitch marks on his arms and legs, and he's got a little sort of light aqua tail. And that same color is used on the ends of his paws. So let's take, well, first we'll take a look at the tote bag. So there he is. His arms raised in victory there. Echo Bunny. And then on the back, here he is riding a little star. And actually this one came with a keychain as well. So let me grab that. And here's the little bonus keychain. This was only available to the first 100 buyers of Echo. So very lucky to have gotten that. And then we have the tag. So it says, meet Echo, your neuro-kind emotional support friend. Echo doesn't just hear you, Echo resonates. When you're overwhelmed, Echo doesn't brush it off or tell you to toughen up. Echo takes your hand and says, let's go outside and take a breather. Echo doesn't treat a quiet night like a compromise. They just enjoy spending time with you. So this is one that I extremely highly recommend. Yeah, you really just got to feel this one to really understand just how soft and squishy he is. And next up we have two of the Ice Love bunnies, both pink and blue. I couldn't decide which one I liked between the two, and apparently neither could my parents. So we have one from my mom and one from my dad. And there actually also is a purple Ice Love bunny, which I do have right here in the mini size, but it is also now available in the full size. So we'll see if that one ends up joining my collection as well, but let's focus on these two for now. So they did both come with their own keychains. So the pink one came with this keychain, which actually does look more purple than anything. There's a little heart emoticon there. And there's the blue one. It says lots of love rabbit. These ones are just the most beautiful sort of cotton candy color palette. But as you can see, they're not exactly identical in terms of the fur. This one obviously has more pink. This one has more aqua and even a little bit of periwinkle. Next up, we have one of my personal favorites here. This is Spite, the lion head rabbit. I absolutely adore this design so much. There's something about her expression that kind of reminds me of Jigglypuff, if you guys have seen the Pokemon anime. After people fall asleep after one of her performances, she's kind of like sucking her cheek there. She is full of spite and resentment, but she absolutely loves her owner. So she's kind of like one of the anti-bullying bunnies, I believe. There's another lion head called Grudge, and that seems to be kind of the way that they've characterized these rabbits. So as you can see, she has this adorable pink powder puff mane around her face. She has upright ears, contrary to many of the Plushie Dreadfuls, which are lop-eared. And she's also got little piercings here, 2 black piercings and 2 pink kind of pearlescent piercings above this eye. She's got this adorable embroidered pink heart over her left eye. It looks like the right on the camera, but really I guess it's her left. And she comes with this adorable hoodie which says running on caffeine and spite. There you go. And even though her head looks like it's very large, the hoodie actually fits perfectly. So I'll show you what she looks like with her hoodie on. And here she is. You do not want to get on the wrong side of this bun. So let me show you her tote bag quickly. So here she is with her coffee cup and her thoroughly unimpressed looking face. And then we have that phrase here on the back again. It says running on caffeine and spite. And yes, I forgot to show you underneath her hoodie, she does have a little knife embroidered as if it's sort of like tucked into the waistband of her imaginary pants. So there it is. She's actually super soft and floppy too. The hoodie is removable. So if you want to take that off, you know, she can just go in the buff. Absolutely adore this one. She did come with a card as well. Here we go. I took it off just because it was sort of weighing her little ear down, but she also has a keychain. And again, you would have had to have been one of the first 100 people to buy this bunny to get the keychain. But here is her little ear tag. So it says, meet Spite. They've adopted you. Deal with it. They act like they're not going to be at your birthday party, but they'll be there with the biggest, most you gift. Their attitude, like their outfit, is thrifted from the stores of knowing exactly what you're going through and offering you protection they never got from others. So that is Spite Bunny. Next up, we have this Wicked Witch bunny inspired by the Wizard of Oz. So this is a new collection. They actually have pretty much the entire cast of the Wizard of Oz characters. So she came with this really big holographic card, Wicked Witch. And it shows the symbolism, sulfur symbol for her saucy attitude, and water symbol, the scars of our past can't be erased. And here is the keychain that she came with, along with the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and Dorothy. And there's really nothing wicked about this witch. I said this before, but I think she's the most precious. She's this beautiful light lavender color with a green dress. The dress also is removable, and she's got these really cute little black bangs, these purple ribbons in her ears. And here is the design on the inside of the ears. And she comes with this big oversized green hat, so we'll just kind of perch it on. It can be a little bit tricky to get it on. There is a little strap to put under her chin. These cute little freckles, gorgeous eye design. You can see that sort of green sort of eyeshadow. And the inside of her eyes kind of remind me of Glinda's bubble. I don't know if that was intentional or not. And here is her tote bag. Here she is with her little cauldron, stirring it up, brewing something malicious. And then here is the back of the bag. Absolutely gorgeous artwork, as always. So that is the Wicked Witch. Next up, we have our very first cryptid plush. So if you ever wondered what would happen if you crossed a Sasquatch with a rabbit, it would look kind of like this guy. This one is just so lovable and charming. He is one of the floppiest, squishiest guys, and there's just something about his face that just makes me smile. You just can't be in a bad mood when you look at this guy. And he kind of highlights just how much that I have in common with Bigfoot, because he is shy Bigfoot, the socially avoidant cryptid. So let me just show you his info tag really quick. So it says, Bigfoot, congratulations, Bigfoot has followed you home. Bigfoot is a very shy and socially avoidant cryptid, but will open up under the right circumstances. Warning, Bigfoot blushes so hard that they can make photos blurry. Please don't perceive them until they're ready. So yeah, hopefully he was ready for his on-camera debut. I didn't really give him much preparation, but he does have this little leaf, so in case he's feeling a little bit bashful, then he can use that as a protective shield. And here is his tote bag. There he is, wandering through the forest. And then here he is on the back with his big leaf that says, please leave me alone. And how relatable is that? He has just the best feet. His legs are extremely floppy, as you could probably tell. If anybody has the Mad Hatter rabbit, it's very similar kind of construction. He's got this adorable little nose with the embroidered nostrils. He's even got a little bit of blush on his face because he's a bashful guy. This cute little embroidered mouth. And these big footprints on the inside of his ears. So fluffy and soft. Very much a bunny that is suited for cuddling. Next up, we have this very meaningful little cherub bunny. And this one is especially meaningful to me at this particular moment because I recently lost two family members. They've both become angels now. My grandmother, my Nana, who passed away just a little over 2 weeks ago, and my cousin who passed at the end of October. So this one was definitely a must-have for me. Very different from the other Plushie Dreadfuls. She's got this cute little chubby body, these stars and moons sprinkled on her face and her tummy. She's got her little hands folded in prayer, little wings. Here's her tote bag as well. Sorry, this one kind of gets me a little bit choked up. So that is the cherub bunny. I am running out of time, so unfortunately I'm going to have to get to the last one, but I really would like to go more into depth about this particular bunny at a future time. And lastly, we have Alice from Alice in Wonderland, particularly inspired by the Alice video games created by American McGee. She's got her little drink me potion, her Vorpal blade, her adorable tote bag, but we are going to be doing a more in-depth video of her at a future time. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'm sorry to rush this at the very end, but I hope you really enjoyed seeing this haul, and I'll be back again very soon with some more plush goodness for you. Bye, everybody.